Well, government has no intention of neglecting the needs of victims of natural disasters in our country. Well, that's the commitment from President Ramaphosa, who was part of a delegation that visited Port St. John's in the Eastern Cape yesterday. It follows, sadly, the deaths of 4 people during last week's flooding that also left hundreds of people homeless and caused extensive damage to roads and bridges in the town. Ramaphosa has promised to return to Port St. John's later this year to take a look at the progress being made. There for us yesterday, eNCA's Ronald Masinda.
Port St. John's and other disaster-hit areas in South Africa will receive the necessary attention from the government. That's the word from President Cyril Ramaphosa, who received warm applause from residents shortly after visiting the town.
Government is gearing into action. Tomorrow we've got contractors that are going to start building temporary shelters. We've got our traditional leaders. Our king here has delineated land that we can use to temporarily shelter our people. So a combination of forms of assistance is coming together, and I think much as people will always be a bit unhappy, but government is making all the efforts.
COGTA Minister Themisile Nkadimeng says the government will pay extra attention to municipalities that might experience similar natural disasters in the future.
So the South African Weather Service must warn you, but you must be prompt so that you don't lose life. And that's our key responsibility as government. But secondly, some of the planning really, as they say, beyond the planning of municipalities, you also need even planning for disaster. I mean, why would you go and look around on whether our banks have got sponges when people are already sitting in a hall? So we need to have food banks in such areas because we know they are prone. We also need to have logistic and material banks to ensure that our response rate is even quicker.
The relief efforts will be most welcomed in a town that is eager to get its economy fully operational after many businesses were also affected by the recent heavy rainfall. Ronald Masinda, Port St. John's.